Hey everybody, today is day 10, so it'd be June 15th of 2013. Today we went from Lake Tahoe, which is the city we arrived in a couple days ago from Kirkwood, from Jackson, when we went through the Kirkwood do-jobber. Heard about that. Today we went from Lake Tahoe to Carson City. So we actually crossed the border in now we're in, because Lake Tahoe is in California and Carson City is in Nevada. So we actually are in Nevada now. Yay, Nevada! We passed one state. We are done with one state. I think we have 11 or 12 that we got to do. So there's that. It was a very short ride. It was only about 30 miles, roughly. 34 miles, I think, total, 36. And it was pretty much downhill and flatland. It wasn't anything ridiculous. I mean, especially after the Kirkwood ride, we didn't want anything that's, crazy. But it did have a hill. It did have a hill at the beginning. So it was, I think we had 700 feet up, something like that. Yeah, 700 feet of climb in the beginning, and then we had like 3,000 feet of descent. So we had a really nice downhill that, unfortunately, I really wasn't able to capture too much of. There should be some in here, just because my GoPro. I've come to learn that GoPros, like what I was doing is I would open up my memory card on my computer, and then I would highlight all the files that were from a certain day. And just kind of, because on Apple MacBooks or whatever, the Apple OS, you can just right click and it says create new folder with such and such numbered items you have selected. So I do that, and then I just label it the day of, so I know what day it is, or day something, pictures or something like that. But apparently when you leave that on the memory card, it completely messes with the GoPro. So for those GoPro users out there, don't do that, or your GoPro will just start acting kind of funky. So there really is not much video that I got, but I'll put what I had. Obviously, you'll have seen whatever I put in there. So it was a really nice downhill, very scenic. I actually got some pictures. So, again, when I have internet, so when you're seeing this, it means I had internet. I'll put them up on the internet. So we got into Carson City, and we had 2 arrivals that day. It wasn't just a normal day; it was a 2 arrival day, which is, I guess, a new one for us. We got in and we went to the high school that we stayed at, and then we kind of lined up in our double pace lines, which one of these days I'll get a video of. It's hard to do when you're cycling, and get an outside view of that. And then we went to the Boys and Girls Club of West Carson City. And we hung out with these kids, and they were really cool and really, really well behaved. And I think they were trained because they had this little thing that they did. And the camp counselor or any of the staff members, they would yell out, "Energize!" And out of nowhere, all the kids would just start clapping and do this little do-jobber thing. And then they would all be quiet. It was really, really crazy. So we hung out with the kids, had some food, and they did like the guys, the Journey of Hope Riders did some little puppet show called New Kids on the Block, where they show off in a puppet way people with disabilities, kind of showing them how people with disabilities can still do things. So they did that, and then after we left them, we went to a children's museum in Carson City, and we kind of did the same thing. We hung out with the kids that were there. They did a puppet show. We did another kind of arrival, even though it really wasn't. There really was nobody out there to welcome us. But the one at the Boys and Girls Club, there were a lot of kids out there cheering us on when we arrived, and it was really cool. After that, we went back to the gym. We showered, changed, and then we went out and we had dinner. Where in the world did we have dinner that day? We had dinner at the Blue Angel, I think. No, we had dinner at with the Kiwanis Club, the Kiwanis Club of Carson City. Blue Angel was another day. the Kiwanis Club of Carson City. We met up at this gentleman's house, and he was kind of hosting it at his place. It was all the Kiwanis Club guys. They cooked us food, really great food, beef tips, and all kinds of other stuff. And we just hung out with them. We learned about all kinds of stuff from the guys we talked to. And then after that, we went back and we had a meeting. We were up really late last night. We actually got up, or we were up till about like 11:30 and midnight, and we had to be up at 4:30 this morning, which was crazy. Well, we'll have to be up 4:30 tomorrow, I guess, as I say. So it was a crazy day. It was a lot of fun. Make sure you check out my blog, joh.theotherbrew.com. And all the other people's blogs are on the left-hand side of the thing. I don't know which side is left when you're viewing it. Probably this side. Left side? That side. There will be some stuff there. You can click on other links. And yeah, and have a great night. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.